We'll now have an education session. Nancy, if you could introduce that for us.
I'd be very happy to. Tonight, presenting is our very own Paul Kelly, who heads up our biomedical engineering department. He is our director of biomedical engineering and also the Green Initiative here at Washington Hospital. This year, he will celebrate his 20th year with this hospital. That makes him a youngster. He is very active in the biomedical engineering field and is on many committees, including the International Standards Committee, National and State Level Board of Directors, and the Joint Commission Patient Safety Advisory Group. He's spoken at conferences, authored many articles, and has even authored a textbook chapter. He's been recognized as the California Medical Instrumentation Association Professional of the Year for our state, the Association for the Advancement of Medical Instrumentation BMET of the Year for the United States. The American College of Clinical Engineering Professional Achievement in Management Managerial Excellence Award is also his. He's also been profiled in several magazines. He also serves on the AAMI Sustainability Standards Committee, where they are developing environmentally focused standards for medical equipment. He attended the first ever Hospital Sustainability Coordinator training in October of 2008. Under his leadership, Washington Hospital sustainability programs have been recognized and awarded many honors. He has always been interested in reducing waste and likes to reuse and repurpose things. He is a member of the City of Fremont's Environmental Sustainability Commission. He is active in many groups and hopes someday to attend the Climate Reality Project training by Al Gore. And with that, I'll turn the program over to Paul Kelly.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for allowing me to brag about our environmental sustainability achievements. This slide was from our very first Green Team meeting, exactly 10 years ago today. The meeting on 08/08 of 08 began at 08:08 a.m. to the sounds of the theme from 2001, A Space Odyssey, as we embarked on this new journey. While this picture was a little later, that first meeting had 25 members representing virtually every area of the hospital, all who were appointed by our CEO, Nancy Farber. Today, we still have 8 charter members active on our committee. There's a little bit of confusion in the hospital about the Green Initiative, which is a hospital department complete with a budget, and the Green Team, which is a volunteer committee who meets monthly, develops goals, gets things done, and exchanges ideas. Either way, we get to take credit for other people's work. The Green Initiative was placed on the institutional agenda for 2008 by Nancy Farber. As mentioned, we had our first meeting 10 years ago, and since then, we've made a lot of progress. This is our third update to you, and it's going to be a quick trip through a nonlinear scrapbook. We have a lot of obstacles in greening healthcare. One example is infection control. In order to fight the ever-evolving bugs, we need to have more disposables and harsh chemicals. Washington Hospital is committed to the health and safety of our patients, employees, and the public. So we have a perpetual balancing act. The UN defined sustainability in 1987 as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And in 2005, the World Summit said, sustainability requires the reconciliation of environmental, social, and economic demands, the 3 pillars of sustainability. And that brings us to the triple bottom line, where everything we do has to land in that sweet spot of people, planet, and profit. The Institute for Healthcare Improvement has their triple aim, which aligns with this very nicely. Healthcare sustainability is definitely much more than just a blue bin by the copier. It's directly related to quality, risk management, safety, patient experience, employee satisfaction and wellness, positive public relations, community benefits, and cost savings. In other words, by focusing on and investing in sustainability, we can realize returns on investment on multiple fronts. Healthcare comprises 18% of GDP and climbing. It consumes 8% of the U.S. energy and emits 7% of U.S. greenhouse gases. Typically, we are the top water users in a community and produce more than 30 pounds of waste per bed per day, while nurses and EVS staff have highest work-related asthma rates. Our mission in healthcare is to protect and restore human health and well-being, or at the very least, do no harm to our patients, employees, or the community. To help us on this journey, we became charter members of Practice Green Health. Their mission is to educate, motivate, and engage healthcare institutions and professionals about environmentally sustainable programs that improve health of patients, staff, and community. They have 10 sectors that they are focused on, and they're all listed here. These are also the 10 sections of the award application that I'll tell you about in a few moments. Our Green Team mission statement is to create a collaborative force to facilitate stewardship of our resources by promoting and facilitating ideas and solutions to help improve the ecological well-being of our community and institution. The summary of our scope is to learn, act, and track projects that fit the triple bottom line and to help educate our employees and the community. We had a contest for a tagline, and it is Planet-Friendly Healthcare. While most years we do rather well with our goals, this year we weren't quite so successful. We wanted to focus on transportation, but we've had to push that out a little bit until next year. We focused on paper and did get IT to confirm that all the copiers are defaulted to double-sided printing. And we've educated through Currents to help reduce overall paper consumption. We have a brochure that we update frequently and make available to new employees as well as the public. Some people may not be sold on this whole green thing, and I think this cartoon sums it up. If you can't read it, they are at the climate summit, and someone in the audience asks, what if it's all a big hoax and would create a better world for nothing? But you, the board of directors, get it. You proved that in November 2011 when you adopted the Statement of Environmental Goals, spelling out the hospital's environmental principles. In 2011, we were awarded the Making Medicine Mercury Free Award. We can only win this one time. During the process, we had to make a lot of changes, including these, and a lot were to keep mercury out in the future. It's worthwhile noting that fluorescent lights, including the CFLs, the twisty bulbs, all need to be recycled properly and not in the trash. Practice Green Health has an awards program, but before I talk about that, I would like to share a few facts. There are approximately 5,600 hospitals in the United States, and about 1,100 of those are members of Practice Green Health. They awarded 330 Partner for Change awards in 2018. That means only about 6% of the hospitals in the U.S. received this honor. The application is very long and detailed. It takes a team and several months to complete. The PDF at the end is over 100 pages long. It's a great self-assessment tool, and it helps stimulate ideas for us. Each year, it keeps getting tougher. Here are a few of our awards, and a few more. When we win, we celebrate our successes internally and outside to the entire community. We also have garnered several other awards, including the Stop Waste Business Efficiency Award. We've been on the Union Sanitary District Honor Roll for many years and have been recognized for our composting efforts by the City of Fremont. About a year ago, I was honored to be appointed by the mayor to sit on the Fremont Sustainability Commission as the business community representative. Our medication take-back program was a joint effort with Union Sanitary District and garnered national attention. I was honored to be a speaker about our program on a national webinar. Union Sanitary District Board of Directors thanked the hospital with a resolution, and the Alameda County Board of Supervisors gave us a commendation for it. As part of our outreach, we have presented our program to many groups, including quality engineers, Rotary, and schools. We celebrate our accomplishments wherever possible, including when the hospital newsletter went green by printing on recycled paper in 2009, and then later went almost exclusively to PDFs. One accomplishment that we're particularly proud of was the water savers on the sterilizers. Sterilizers are very important machines in a hospital. Ours use a lot of water, and these devices drastically cut that usage by reusing the non-contaminated water. You can see how this project saved us more than 2,500 gallons per day for a total of almost 942,000 gallons per year. This is an annual savings of $10,000, and they paid for themselves in less than 3 years. Speaking of water, one awesome reuse project was River Rocks. When the foundation was being dug for the Morris Hyman Pavilion, Critical Care Pavilion, they found an old riverbed full of rocks. Robert Alfieri, our chief of facilities, knew what to do with them. He had the rocks used in our landscaping to reduce water and to cover some difficult areas. We developed a campaign with the logo, signs, and stickers to educate employees and the community about water use. And Alameda County Water thanked us. When we were analyzing the data in the Practice Green Health Awards, we saw an amazing story of reduction of water consumption. We've told our employees that changing to fonts such as Century Gothic can save money by reducing toner usage, how to get discounts on solar panels and EV cars, and how to help the hospital become greener. And we recognize departments who get caught in the act of being green. We educated and celebrated when we got the clean air vehicle parking spaces and the EV charging stations. Since 2015, we have staffed an Energizer station for Bike to Work Day in May, and we hope to see you all there next year. Our IT team took the idea further this year and organized the lunchtime bike ride around Lake Elizabeth. We've been featured in several mailings in the community, including the annual report. Some of our bigger accomplishments include finding second lives for electronics, furniture, and office supplies, the awesome food composting in food services. We've updated and replaced machines with ones that have better energy and water efficiency. We donate medical equipment. We have a shuttle to the ACE train station and WageWorks commuter benefits for our employees. The cafeteria has eliminated all styrofoam and uses compostable takeout containers. We underwent energy audits that resulted in energy savings. We use integrated pest management program to reduce chemicals. Environmental Services uses microfiber mops that use less water, are better for the employees, and they clean better. We have some water-free urinals. The laundry equipment reuses the final rinse of one load for the first rinse of the next. And the Morris Hyman Critical Care Pavilion is being built with LEED certification in mind. Our food and nutrition services are rock stars. They have stepped into the national spotlight, presenting webinars and calls, sharing and educating wherever possible. They were even finalists in the Healthcare Without Harm recipe contest recently. They're not only pushing the envelope, but spreading the good word about sustainable and local foods. When they lost their herb garden to the construction site, they repurposed the old smoker shack and made it into a hothouse for herbs and vegetables. They are so committed to their local farmers that when the cafeteria was recently refurbished, they put this map on the wall featuring 2 of their farmers. We've had some other successes, including Zero Waste Employee Lunch, where everything was composted or recycled. The registration clerks wear a uniform that's made of recycled bottles. We were featured in an award-winning video titled Inside Washington Hospital, The Green Team, that's available on the website. This photo was from a tweet about our Green Team. In April 2017, we joined the Spare the Air employee program. We're hoping to do a lot more with them in the near future. Our operating room is another rock star for us. SPD and the OR use a lot of material called blue wrap for sterilization. This stuff is really tough to recycle, and the OR makes it available to take home as drop cloths, pet mats, and other things like that. To reduce blue wrap, our sterile processing department uses a lot of reusable sterilization containers like these. The OR also recycles clean paper and plastics from their supplies. We started reprocessing single-use devices in October 2015. Since then, we reprocessed more than 73,000 devices and saved $724,000, reduced red bag waste, our most expensive waste, by 11,000 pounds, all while improving patient safety. We have many different recycling programs in use here at the hospital. One of these is single-stream recycling, like the one you probably have at home. We started this program from a grant from Stop Waste in 2009. We publicized the rollout and the rules, and at one point, we had some issues. We met with the City of Fremont and Republic Services, our waste hauler. Then we took a field trip to the business recycling section at the transfer station, where they actually sort the materials. Our team has had booths at health and safety fairs, the concerts in the park, and the Fremont Festival. But our marquee event is Earth Day. This is our humble beginnings in 2009, a small table in the cafeteria. We later moved and then eventually partnered with the City of Fremont. And here are a few photos of this year's event, both inside and outside. This is our Green Team booth, and the team from Washington Hospital and the City of Fremont who start planning this April event in November. And the mayor always makes it a point to drop by. A few years ago, we started actually tracking attendance. Celebrate this? We certainly do. And we get a little more publicity for it. This slide is from the Practice Green Health Benchmark Report Card. I know you can't really see any details, and that's okay for now. The data is comparing us to other award applicants. The black dots compare us to everyone, and the red squares are only our own cohort of non-academic institutions. I want you to notice how many black dots are on the right of the chart. That's where we want to be. The further to the right, the better. It also shows that we still have room for some opportunities for improvement. Our solid waste last year actually increased. Overall, our recycling went in the wrong direction, although we still beat the median with 31%. This and several charts following show our performance the last several years, the most recent in purple at the bottom. It's possible that the missing recycling bins that have now been replaced and improved pickup frequency will help increase our recycling next year. This slide is very interesting. It shows our regulated medical waste for our benchmark year of 2007, which by 2017 we had cut in half for the same cost. Last year, we saw a decent reduction of 20 tons and further savings. We created 0.9 pounds of regulated medical waste per staffed bed per day, which is very close to the 90th percentile. One component that has helped is the reusable Sharps container program that we rolled out in 2010, thanks to another grant from Stop Waste. We projected we would save 9 tons of plastic per year. According to our vendor, in fiscal year 18, we diverted 14.5 tons of plastic for a savings of $660,000. Our total waste went in the right direction and our 40 pounds of total waste per patient day beat the median of 45 pounds. We have many different waste streams. This total waste is comprised of 4 categories: solid waste, recycling, regulated medical waste, and hazardous waste, each having their own unique costs. This chart shows a breakdown percentage. The second chart shows the exact same totals, but by cost. Those little percentages become a much bigger piece of the pie. Here's a few green facts for you. Half of our spend on cleaning chemicals are certified green, and half of our office supplies are purchased with recycled content. And only about 5% of our spend on hand hygiene products contain triclosan or triclocarban, both chemicals of concern. And the shift from paper to CD for new employee handbook saves 488 pages per new hire and $5,000 in paper costs per year. We've been tracking paper usage for all 10 years. I'll bet you can guess when we implemented the electronic medical record. We moved to 30% post-consumer recycled copy paper in 2015. We calculated this would save 353 trees, the energy of 2 homes per year, enough water to fill 1/4 of an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and half a loaded garbage truck. In fiscal year 18, we purchased 38,000 reams, and this recycled paper does cost about 6 cents more each. That means we saw a slight increase of $2,300 for the year. Environmentally preferable purchasing is the process of selecting products and services whose environmental impacts have been considered and found to be preferable to those of comparable alternatives. We have several reusable containers and products in use here. I've already mentioned a few. One additional item is reusable totes. Our pharmacy, laboratory, and food service all use these. Reusable totes replace cardboard boxes that distributors pack their deliveries into. Totes eliminate this extra waste. Back when the central utility plant was being built, the contractor noticed that we had called out for incandescent lights. They did the analysis and replaced the lights with CFL bulbs for savings of $150,000. This project was used as a case study by Practice Green Health. And now I'd like to give a quick shout out to my vice chair, Gisela Hernandez, who has become a great partner on this journey. And finally, thank you for allowing me to share our awesome sustainability programs, the Green Initiative and the Green Team.
Thank you very much, Paul. Are there any questions from the board?
Yeah, just looking back at what you've done over the last 10 years, it just boggles my mind what you're going to do over the next 10.
Very, very impressive. I think if we all, in our own individual homes, did anywhere near as well as you've done here, we'd see some tremendous progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of our green team and the leadership. Paul, thank you.
I like the music.